For our first story, we have Mike, 26 female, SIL, 28 female, asked to be in the delivery room with my husband and I. How'd I let her down gently? Throwaway because she knows my main, and if she finds this anyway, love you Lil. Okay, to start this off, she's my husband's sister and her and I have been best friends ever since he introduced me to his family after we started dating at 16. I'm now 31 weeks pregnant with our first baby, a little boy, and she's also around 22 weeks pregnant with her and her fiancé's first baby. Her request isn't out of entitlement but out fear. What happened is that when she came over around a month ago, my husband and I were educating ourselves on childbirth, aka watching YouTube videos. I paused it after he let her in, but she saw what we were watching and was like, "No, I'm going to join you. I want to know too." Yes, I know we sound like children, and to be honest my view on the whole thing was childish because thinking about pregnancy theoretically is nothing like experiencing it, and I figured it was going to be the same with childbirth. Anyway, after a couple videos, my husband and I were kind of okay, just a bit nervous. My SIL on the hand, well, she was rubbing her bump and looking at her body like it was foreign. Again, knowing what it technically entails is different than going through it. We didn't talk much about it because she shut down the topic, so my husband made us hot chocolate and put on a movie before we smothered her in a sandwich cuddle, and that was that. Over the month she's asked me random questions like if I was going to get induced, if the yoga I'm doing helps, etc. We were baby shopping yesterday and she asked me who I'm going to have in the delivery room. I told her it was just going to be my husband and I. She then asked if she can be in there with us. I was surprised and asked her why, and she said that she's been feeling anxious and scared about giving birth, and seeing me go through it would maybe help alleviate that a bit. I told her it's something I'd talk to my husband about, but I already knew my answer is no, his is too. My mom would have maybe been the only one I would have said yes to, but she's gone, and while I love my mother-in-law and SIL, I'm going to be at my rawest, and I feel like I wouldn't be comfortable with anyone other than my husband there. I don't want to word it like that when I tell her no because I don't want to scare her more, so how can I do it gently? That's the end of our first post. Let's see what the commenters had to say. Our first commenter says, "My sister had already had 2 children when she assisted at mine. I won't go into details, but she ended up really traumatized and nearly didn't have any more children. She says it's so hard watching someone you love suffering and feeling helpless." Our second commenter says, "I don't think that would be good for either of us. If it gets complicated, I will worry about you. Instead, why don't we get together after the birth and we can talk about my birth story one-on-one, and you can ask questions in a safe space." Our third commenter says, "I don't want to have to be worrying about whether I'm scaring you while I'm giving birth. I need to not have anything else to worry about than giving birth." That's the gentlest way I can think of to phrase it. If she persists beyond that, then she really does not deserve gentleness. For our second story, we have Mike, female 24, boyfriend, male 28, cheated on me while we are traveling. Where do I go from here? My BF and I are currently traveling in Southeast Asia. We've been planning on this trip for months and planned on traveling for 2 to 3 months. He went to get a massage the other day and the woman gave him a condom. He put it on and they had sex for a few seconds before he stopped and left. He told me the next day. We've been together almost 2 years now and I love him deeply. He feels terrible and ashamed about it, and I am obviously feeling betrayed in a whirlwind of emotions. I've never cheated or been cheated on before. I don't know what to do. I think it's easier to stay with him because I love him, and if I'm being honest, I don't want to leave him. I'm feeling pretty conflicted right now and more alone than I've ever felt. Especially being in a foreign country. He wants to work things out. He says he will do whatever it takes, including counseling. Having friends that have been cheated on, I've always advised them to leave. I know leaving is a lot harder than forgiving him, but staying maybe be a huge disrespect to myself. I keep telling myself that at least he was honest. At least he didn't go through with it fully and stopped. But I know those are just the barest minimum of what he should do after crossing a major boundary. I don't really know where I'm going with this post. I think I'm just feeling very alone right now with pretty much no one to talk to. I guess that's why I'm reaching out to the internet void. If anyone has any advice or experiences they'd like to share, I would very much appreciate it. That's the end of our second post. Let's see what the commenters had to say. Our first commenter says, "Greater than at least he didn't go through with it fully and stopped." I don't know about your definitions of intercourse, but if I am putting on a condom and end up inside another person, I've gone through with it fully. Our second commenter says, do you really believe the story the way he told it? The woman just gave him the condom? And instead of saying, actually, I'm just here for a massage, he went, well, I guess I have to now. But it's okay, because it was only for a few seconds and then he had to stop because he loves you so much. Truly, when you're really honest with yourself, do you really think that's what happened? Please. He thinks you're an idiot. Prove him wrong. Our third commenter says, you know full well he's lying. I spend 4 months a year in Thailand. That's not how the massage parlors work. They don't just give you a condom and get to it. They'll ask you what you want with your massage: hand job, blow job, body to body, boom boom, or just a massage. Your boyfriend asked for it and is lying to you to alleviate his guilt. For our last story, we have GF, female 32, confessed that she slept with a jerk during our break. I'm 30 male. How do I move forward? Or what am I supposed to feel? My GF, 32 female, and me, 30 male, have been dating for about 1.5 years. She just confessed to me that during a break she slept with an old friend. So we started going out in June of 23, and in August 23, she said she wasn't feeling a connection and she didn't find me attractive and that she needed space. I gave her space and did my thing. During that break an old friend asked to hang out. One thing led to another and they ended up sleeping together. She came back to me during September. I'm really hurt and she says I shouldn't be feeling hurt because we weren't officially dating. And that anything that happened before January 24th is not counted. They had unprotected sex because it was not planned. And me stupidly asked if he was better and she said yes. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to react. I'm just in tears and numb. I loved her with all my heart. Now this feels like a betrayal. That's the end of our last post. Let's see what the commenters had to say. Our first commenter says, so she told you she didn't find you attractive and that he was better. I am sensing a lack of something. Oh yes. Respect. She has none for you. This guy didn't just turn up one day like a celebrity visiting Sesame Street. He was around before you broke up and she was imagining they would get together with you out of the picture. The classic, it's not cheating if I broke up with you before and got back with you after. Wonder why he was the jerk. Probably would not stick around so she had to slither back to you. Our second commenter says, this relationship is a wrap, bro. Our third commenter says, 2 months into your relationship and she already needed a break, just to sleep with someone she calls a jerk, then gets back with you 1 month later and says nothing counts until another 3 months after that. On top of that, it was an old friend, and she admitted to the other guy being better, which is foul behavior. She's using you to console her black heart when she's not busy finding new boy toys to play with. You deserve better, man. That's all for today. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.